that's the number one rule, guys. You have to put the effort in. You have to take action. You can't sit back and just wait for something to come. So let me tell you right now, nothing's going to come to you. Opportunities might come, but if you're not ready to take action on them when they do come, they're going to pass you by. You're going to look back 1 year, 3 years, 10 years later, and just wonder, what if I would have tried a little harder? What if I would have actually followed through? Or what if I would have met with that person? What if I didn't miss that meeting? So if things are happening, be sure you're ready to take action. And that's how you're going to find, that's how you're going to start. And once you start, if you had that mindset, you're going to continue. And then you're going to look back 3-4 years later, behind you, what the hell have I built?
Let me introduce myself again. You ain't know. Summer should've told y'all. Yo, I've been around for a minute without the hype though.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to episode 9 of the Road to Summer Shredding. It's pretty crazy. We're already on episode 9, and even crazier that I'm sitting here less than 3 weeks away from stepping on stage. I think at this point I have already done a video on every workout in my plan. My workout plan has stayed the same through most of prep, and I don't think will really change until we get pretty close to prep, or pretty close to stepping on stage. So I'm not going to necessarily go into detail about this workout, starting off with a dumbbell lateral raise, but I wanted to take some time to talk about something that, I probably should have already talked about in this series, being 9 episodes in, because it's, one of the biggest reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, and definitely the reason why I'm doing the Summer Shredding show here in Houston, and that's Christian Guzman and Alphalete. So alongside with Steve Cook and a few other people, Christian is definitely one of the biggest reasons why I'm into fitness in the first place. My brother and I started watching Christian's videos. I mean, it's probably been 8 years now since we've started watching Christian, and I think early on it got us into the gym, but the more we kept watching, I think the more it had an impact on other areas of our life too. So I think Christian's been such a great example of, like he said in the video at the beginning of this episode, of just taking action. And that's something that I'm, historically have not necessarily been very good at. I tend to think my way out of my own ideas and try to think them all the way through before I even start them, and then end up not starting them. So definitely sitting here now, I've committed to a prep and getting up on stage in front of people. I'm 9 videos in of filming myself and posting it on the internet and for everyone to see. And I think a lot of where I'm at today and the things that I'm doing can be attributed to the example that Christian set and the culture of Alphalete, and just the 8 years of watching him chase his dreams and fail and try again, continue, and then I'm here living in Texas working out at probably the biggest example of something that he wanted to do that everybody said was crazy, and that he did it anyway, and that's Alpha Land. So I just wanted to take a second and acknowledge that a big part of the reason I'm here is Alphalete and Christian, and so it just makes it extra special that my first show and kind of the culmination of this whole process is going to be the Alphalete Summer Shredding show with Christian as a host and a judge, and him being there. And it's kind of a cool full circle moment that I get to take part of something that is a big reason of the big part of the reason that I'm here in the first place. So I hope too that in documenting this process that maybe there's somebody watching that is gonna watch me overcome fears and pursue the things that I want to pursue, and I might have an impact on somebody else the way that Christian had an impact on me, and kind of pass down what I've learned and gained from his example and be an example for someone else. And it's been definitely a cool experience to be here in Sugar Land and to be on prep and kind of following in the footsteps of Christian and a lot of the Alpha Elite athletes. And I'm just really excited now to get up on stage, and definitely still nervous, but getting more and more excited as we get closer. But yeah, I think this is the last exercise of the workout, and then I've got a little posing afterwards. But if you're not familiar with Christian or Alpha Elite, I'd highly recommend you checking out both. You know, like 90% of what I wear is Alpha Elite, and then I know he's got a new channel now, but if you go back to his old channel, he's got all of his summer shredding series videos grouped together, so you can go back and watch all of the old ones. And I've definitely done that before, and I would recommend you do it too, because it's just great to watch him go through those preps, but at the same time, you know, running businesses and maintaining friendships. And it's a great example of taking action towards the things that you want to do. But yeah, so that's kind of all I had on that for now. Let me know though, guys, down in the comment section if you think my posing has gotten better, and if you have any posing tips. I'm definitely all ears. That's, like I said before, definitely still the thing that I'm probably the most worried about still about going up on stage, just making sure my posing routine, I've got it down. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. What's going on, guys? It's Sunday, so Sunday is normally a cardio only day, a rest day from working out. But actually, on the way to the gym last night, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alpha Land. There's a train track that you cross like right before you get there, and the train was stuck on the track, and so I had to like drive super far to get around it. And then even when I got around it, traffic was backed up to where I couldn't turn into the gym. So it took me, honestly, I think it was like 40 extra minutes to get there. So I ended up only having time for cardio before the gym closed last night. So I'm actually doing that workout today with my cardio, and then I'm just gonna treat yesterday as the rest day from the gym. So I've still got the 300 calories a day of cardio, and then I'll have my back and arms day to do right now. So we'll see when I get there how busy the gym is. I know I filmed a workout already that I think you probably have already seen in this video, and then I may try to film this one. If not, maybe I'll at least get some posing and get you guys an update on how my posing's been going. So I think I said in the last one that that's something I've been trying to focus on more. So hopefully through these videos as we go, you'll be able to see some progress and me getting more comfortable with that and getting better at it, honestly. Today's been a little hectic. had a plan for the day. I was getting ready to go to the gym, and then we had the garbage disposal started leaking. And I don't think I've talked about this already, but we're just in a long-term Airbnb here in Texas, and so we sent a text to the Airbnb hosts, and they got somebody over to fix it, but it just kind of pushed everything back a little bit today. So I guess I can give you guys just an update on, I don't know, I guess like a status update on how I'm doing with prep. So far, I feel pretty good. I'm definitely hungry. I definitely get tired at times, but I think that I'm just aware that I'm doing this by choice, and so I just I don't know, the things that come along with it, I already knew, and so I was prepared for. So I think that it's just been something that as we get closer to the show day and I get more hungry and I get more tired, I've seen enough people do it to where I kind of knew what to expect, even though this is my first time doing it myself. And so I think I was ready to be hungry, and I think I may have even built it up in my mind like it was going to be worse than it even has been. And part of that is definitely attributed to the plan that I've had with Chase, that we've got to a point where we didn't have to rush anything. So I definitely am not having to push cardio and push my food down and eat, fewer and fewer calories as we go. We kind of planned everything out well to where we're just in a good spot where I can still be eating a decent amount of food and we're not having to push really, really hard. So I think that's definitely played a role in, maybe me not feeling as bad as I potentially expected to. And then as far as cravings go, I'm not really, even when I'm not cutting, I'm not a huge eater. I definitely like a lot of garbage foods. I think that's been a big isse, and I think at least in the beginning of prep I actually felt a lot better because I cleaned up my diet a lot. But I think I'm kind of an all or nothing person, so as long as I'm not like trying to sneak in Cane's or Zaxby's or soda or candy or stuff like that throughout the process, and I'm just committing to cutting it out. I don't necessarily deal with cravings all that much. The only time it ever comes up is like, I guess for example today I'm watching football. It's like I'm watching football and I wanted Zaxby's. I'm a little bit of a creature of habit, so I have certain things that I associate with different activities. So like watching football, I just want some Zaxby's. Going to the movies, I want some candy. Even like stopping at a gas station or going to the airport, when I'm not on prep or doing some sort of diet, I usually pick up some sort of snack that probably isn't the best. And so it's like the little things like that where I maybe struggle more. But as far as like day to day, just been able to get in a routine, and it definitely hasn't been a huge struggle for me. But I am excited to not go too crazy, but I am excited to eat a few things that I haven't eaten in a while. I'm thinking right now that my first meal is going to be Cane's, and so sorry Chase if you're watching this, and I know we're talking about, and you've talked a lot about making sure that we're not doing anything too crazy post-show, but I think I'm definitely going to have to sneak in some Cane's, and then we'll figure out after a day or two, making sure we're in a healthy way getting into a reverse diet. Because I saw actually I think it was Dorian that was talking about this, where he was just saying you work so hard to get a physique that you're proud of, and then a lot of people just ruin it after within a week after doing their show. And so that's something I hadn't necessarily thought about, so I'm gonna keep that in mind too, and enjoy some things that I have been missing out on, but I don't want to go too crazy, because I also, again, like I said before, for a big portion of the prep I felt a lot better because I think I was just eating foods that are better for me. And so I do want to maintain that coming out of this prep, is continuing to like eat foods that fuel my body a little bit better. And so that's definitely something that I'm gonna try to be focused on after I'm done with this. And then I think that brings up another thing that I've been thinking about is, like, I don't know, I like to always have a goal, so I'm already thinking about where do I go with all of this after the show. And that's it. Definitely, I don't want to think about it too much right now, because I want to be able to fully focus on the show and bringing the best physique that I can, doing everything that I need to do leading up to it. But it's definitely something that I'm going to be thinking about is, do I want to work on just fully my physique and bulking and fixing and working on some of the weaknesses of my physique, or do I want to get back to being a little bit more of an athlete again and being active and moving, which is definitely something I want to do at some point. It just depends on after I compete, if I ever see myself competing again, which, you know, I think I won't know until I do it once. But yeah, so that's just been something that's on my mind, because I know myself, and that if I, you know, I've had something to focus on so fully, and once it's just gone, I want to be able to have something else that I can be focused in on, because for me, it's like having a really defined goal in one area of my life that requires discipline and that requires focus. I feel like it bleeds into other areas of my life as well.